Alright guys, we are in the shop and we need some good storage. One thing is you get these plastic shelves. I don't know if you can see all the way over there, but they just don't cut it. And we wanted something that even if you spill stuff on, no matter what, these shelves are good. So we got these heavy duty rack shelves here. I looked at a lot of reviews and of course we looked at price. And these had really good reviews and a really good price, so let's see. The biggest complaint with them is they came bent out of the box, so I don't know if they fixed the packing, but on first inspection everything looks halfway decent. Very strong. They had one up in the store and it was looked really good, so, and they're super good price compared to the other ones. They're only like 170 bucks, so you're not going to get heavy duty pallet storage for less than that. And I say pallet storage, but they're just heavy duty, depending on how much. They say it's 2,500 pounds per shelf, but obviously that would be spaced out, so not like you can just throw a 2,700 pound weight in the middle and hope that these little racks are going to hold it. But either way, it's a good shelf. Let's put it together and see how good it is. This thing took virtually no time to assemble. The individual pieces by themselves are pretty light. The unit together is like 100 and something pounds, so definitely a two-man lift. We did get it into the back of a Toyota 4Runner, but it was difficult. The seats had to be scooted all the way up and it just barely fit. Recommend having a pickup. Here's a few things that I want to go over with this unit. Number one, when you're putting these in here, you're gonna wanna make sure you get these all the way down. As you can see, this right here isn't all the way down in there. This one is, so as you're going through, you may want like a rubber mallet or just, use your hand, slap them down in there. And as you can see, there is some bending right there, so that's going to make the shelf unlevel. I don't think that's a big deal. Other than that, and the number one thing is you want to make sure you get both of these in there, okay? So you're going to want to visually check, because I had one where this bottom one wasn't in, but it was hard to tell. So just want to go through, check them all down, and see, look at that one right there. It's not in. And it's really hard to tell on the outside, so you're gonna definitely gonna want to check that out. Other than that, these you are gonna put in here just like this, and what they're gonna do is you've got these pins right here that you're gonna put in place. So let me go ahead and put this together a little bit more, and I will finish it up. We'll see what we're doing. These are probably for fastening it to the wall, and as you can see, they did even show that a rubber mallet to knock these shelves in. So there you go. But here's how you're going to fold in these cross members so that they don't slide around on you. Bing. Bingo. Bango. Good to go. All right, let me finish one of these up and see how it looks. All right, so I think this is the best way to install the wire grate. It's good. I think if you installed it the other way, you'd hit on these, it just wouldn't be as good. And it looks like these, it sits on here, and that's about the same height as the top of that. So even though it has a little bit of room, but it's not bowed or anything like that. So other than that, like I said, guys, these are a little tiny bit bent. I didn't want to get too far before our plan is to buy several of these kind of containers, so we like to be able to see through them. We do reselling, as you know, so if you watch any of my other videos, plus I do anthill castings, don't forget to check out my other videos that I do reviews. But you know, go ahead and follow that YouTube rabbit hole into some anthill castings or some reseller videos. This thing's great. It does say on the instructions to go ahead and put this, they want this bottom joist in line across this joist to give it more strength, I'm sure. But since my plan isn't to load this thing down to 5 tons, I'm not going to really worry about that. But if you are and you're worried about something like that, obviously that bottom shelf is going to be your most secure. It says not to stand on this or use it as a ladder or anything like that. Let's do exactly what they say not to do. I don't weigh much, but when I step in the middle of the grate right there, I can definitely feel some sag. So, but on top of one of these, I feel all right. But yeah, I would not just set like an engine block right there, because that thing is, this metal wiring is going to sag. So that is something to think about. I didn't, you know, like if you had something that wasn't the width, it may sag. 'Cause I mean that's definitely not. That'll bow up for sure. That wiring, it's not like that wiring is gonna hold something if you set it inside this area right here. So be aware of that. But you know, I mean, this thing ain't going nowhere. It's pretty sturdy piece of equipment. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We get these reviews done, baby. All right, there she is, fully assembled. These 2 screws right here, they want you to screw it up against the wall. That's how you would screw it up against the wall to secure it. Other than that, you're good to go. And it also looks like you could put these together with bolts, so you could bolt several shelves together or just set them next to each other, either way. But there you go. And yeah, I wouldn't climb up them empty unless you you know, unless you got them tied to the wall. But amazingly, they're not, you know, when they're together, not hard to move, you know, not hard to move into place or anything like that. Also got things where you can bolt them to the floor, bolt them to each other. You could bolt these shelves in so that you couldn't lift up on them if you maybe were using a forklift or something and you wanted to make sure you didn't accidentally lift up the shelf, or I don't know why you'd want that, but you might bump it with one of the boxes below or something. But as you can see, I ain't the strongest man in the world, and you could easily walk it up against a wall. And I'm doing it with one hand, so you could surely do it with 2. It's a fine looking shelf, guys. And obviously you can adjust the shelf heights. There you go. I did have one issue with these pins. This one right here, for some reason, man, it was tough to get these 2 pins in. You know, it was really tight, so I don't know if the holes in one of these were off or something like that, but I just kind of kept giving it my best shot and got it through. So Other than that, I can't say I had one issue with this one. The reviews online, they said that some of these things came in bent, but they may have changed that packing process, so that wasn't an issue with mine. It looks pretty good. Got no problems there. The other issue they said they had is they went there and they tried to give them a comparable brand. You want to make sure you get the Members Mark commercial. They didn't have any, so they gave them like a comparable brand. And these things I assume would go on sale. We just, you know, we needed them now, so we got them now. But man, for $170, and they're cheaper. They're $20 cheaper, $30 cheaper than anything next to it. So there you go. That's my review, unboxing, and setup.